I'll start the webinar here.
So Kaushik, would you like to flash the banner? You may share your screen maybe for a while.
Hi everyone, very good evening. Welcome to the webinar. Uh, is of financing the MBA, the ISB MBA journey. My name is Kaushik. I'm the part of the admissions and financial aid team here at ISB. We have with us Shafali, Shravangini, Varun, and Rishabh from they all are current course students. We had Chirag who was supposed to join, but he has some interview lined up today, tonight in fact. So he's not a part of the webinar. I have my colleague Arun with me to assist me with the webinar. So yeah, to start with the webinar, I would request all four of you, Varun, Shifali, Shivangini, and Rishabh, to introduce yourself one by one. Yeah, and before that, we will start taking questions. You can raise your hand. We'll announce. You can ask your questions. Yeah, yeah. Shafali or Shivangini, if you can start.
Sure, I can go ahead. Hello, everyone. So prior to, my name is Shpali Singh, and before ISB, I have around 3.5, 4 years of work ex. Initially, I started with ZS Associates, where I worked for around 2.5 years in their Pune office. And then I moved to a again in a consulting role, but in a pharma company as an in-house consultant. And after ISB also, I'm planning to go into strategy consulting. So that is all. Yes, Shivangini, you can go ahead.
Great, thank you, Shivangini. Yeah.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. So my name is Shivangini, and prior to ISB, I'm an architect by profession. So prior to ISB, I have experience as a landscape and urban designer, and in a firm called Atkins, based out of Bangalore. And post ISB, I am pivoting to strategy consulting. So thank you, and over to you, Rishabh.
Yeah, thank you, Shivangini. Hey, hi, everyone. So my name, you can see, by qualification, I'm a chartered accountant and a company secretary. And after that, I worked for a PSU, a Maharatna PSU called Coal India Limited. There I was working in their strategy department. Post that, I joined ISB. And yeah, post ISB, I'm still confused whether I want to get into strategy consulting or any particular industry. So yeah, good to have you all here. Last year I was on the other side. It feels good to be on this side. Over to you, Varun.
Hi, everyone. It's Varun. So before ISB, I was working in the pharmaceutical industry for 7 years. I worked at Dr. Reddy's Pharmaceuticals and Teva Pharmaceuticals. After ISB, my goal is product management. So fingers crossed. Let's see where it goes.
Great. Thank you so much, all four of you, for your short and sweet introduction. So there are quite a few questions which we have received during registration with regards to scholarship, financial aid, and work experience, also general questions about ISB. So to start with questions, so the very first question which comes to my mind is, how did you all go about your scholarship application? How tough was it? How easy was it? If you can just throw some lights on that. Yeah. Whosoever want to go first, yeah, that's it.
All right. I think I can go ahead with this. Then Shivali, you can add anything that I've missed. So I received my scholarship, the default scholarship via merit. So I think in that process, it's very it is very wholesome because ISB sort of evaluates your entire resume, your interview, and the entire thing that you submit, and especially the interviews. So in that sense, every admit gets by default a chance to get a merit scholarship. So I feel that it's very based on your wholesome the essays that you submit, the interview process, your resume, the profile that you submit to them, and yeah, I mean, everything plays equal weightage. I would not say that there is some aspect that plays more weightage. It is just very wholesome, and it is very I think yeah, I mean, it's very wholesome in that sense. So Shifali, if you want to add something.
No, I think likewise, I also received merit-based scholarship. And as so Shivangini, more or less, you covered everything. So starting one more point, which frequently is asked to me is any particular type of profile only gets this type of scholarship as such? It's not like that. So as Shivangini mentioned, every profile is very unique, and every aspect of that profile is judged, not just essays, not just interviews, but everything. So based on that, generally merit scholarships are allotted. So it's entire profile based scholarship.
Thank you, Shafali. Thank you, Shivangini. Varun.
Yeah, so for me, it was a diversity-based scholarship, and it was a very straightforward process. Within the application itself, there was really no issues on my end. Once I was given the admission, I was also given the scholarship as well.
Thank you. Bishop.
Yeah, so mine was also a merit-based scholarship. The procedure as outlined by Shivangini and Shifali remains the same. You all fall into a pool, and then basis of your overall score, the scholarships are decided. From my point of view, what I did is like I prepared my, so basically your scholarship is a function of your application as well as your interview. So I prepared for getting into ISB, and scholarship just happened. So honestly saying that, put your heart, put your soul into your application, into your interviews, do them well, and it will happen to you. So there is nothing which you can do outright to get a scholarship, but do the best to get an admission, and scholarship might happen to you. That's how I would like to put it.
Thank you so much, Rishabh, for that answer. And I can see a lot of questions with regards to, does GMAT score, affects the scholarship? Does GRE score? So, guys, it is a holistic uh, uh, view which we take into consideration when it comes to the admitting to the class or the scholarship. So, GMAT scores, GRE scores, it does not matter. It is a holistic view of your academics, which is your graduation, your work experience, your essay, and GMAT or GRE score. There is not one factor which is taken into consideration. I mean, somebody has just wrote, what's the range of GMAT score of scholarship holders? There is no range. The range of GMAT score is mentioned on the isb.edu, which is the range of the current class of 2023. But there is no GMAT-based scholarship or the GRE-based scholarship, or one test is getting preference over the other. There's absolutely nothing like that. Yeah. All right. Okay. So second question comes to second question. Yes. Does ISB financial aid program or the scholarship covers the student exchange program also?
Yeah, so I think I can take that question. So when you go on an exchange, I'm planning to go on an exchange to HCUST after term 8 ends for us, that is after March. So when you are planning to go on an exchange, you don't need to pay any additional tuition fees. What additional you need to pay is the accommodation and the transportation which you will be incurring, and that will be on you. So that can be financed with your personal income or your loan. That is the only expenditure which you need to incur. On the tuition fee part, there is no additional fees which you need to pay for international exchange.
Thank you. Varun or Shafali, Shivangiri, anything you want to add?
No, I think Rishabh covered it well. No additional points in this.
Great, good. Is it important to work into a very big and marquee organizations to get into ISP? Yeah, because there's this all myths about, only the tier one, the IITs or the NITs or the Xaviers or, all sort of big names only get, they get admission into ISP and they are all, big four or the MVPs, all big organizations, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Twitter. Is it really important? And this question is something which is for, this is for all for you. Yeah.
All right, so I think, sorry, go ahead.
No, I think, okay, I'll just start. So, and why I'm very interested to answer this question also, because I also had very similar doubt before coming to ISB. So I think I can clarify that. Is if you see our batch, it ranges across domains. First of all, there's no one domain also which is very, like, you can see that this is the domain or this is the industry from which people are coming to ISB. That is not happening. No particular brand is very important. It's your, even within a very I would say smaller brand in terms of the way we are comparing the brands. But even within that, if you have done something impactful, which you feel should be highlighted in your application, that would be more relevant when it comes to selection process. It's not at all about the big brands. So I think it's more of your personality, your leadership quality. You think that you're more fit for ISB. That would make more of a difference, and no brands would make any difference, or the industry as such. So that would be my take on this.
Yeah, I think I can take from there. I totally agree with Shafali. So I personally come from a diverse sort of a background, and my organization is not very well known to a typical MBA, ISB, not ISB, but MBA admit, right? They don't know Atkins or that. So it's not a brand. But you need to just, in your interview, you need to showcase, and you should be a person who's taken initiative in whatever space you've been. I mean, that there's a reason why ISB says that they are very diverse in their intake, and because it is a lot on peer-to-peer learning. So I have my friends who are CAs like Risha, there are engineers, there are architects, there are fashion designers. So it is not necessary to be a typical profile to getting into ISB, because it supports peer-to-peer learning, which is very important if you come from various backgrounds and various profiles in those backgrounds.
Varun, anything to add?
So nothing much to add to that, but I would say, I've seen some questions over here, like how important is it if I have a gap year or something? I myself had a gap year. I have seen people from, like Shafali said, every field over here, all types of ages also over here. So really, it's on your profile and who you are, not so much, all the other stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, there's this question: does gap in work experience going to impact application? And I can see chat option. This, yeah, Simran A. I don't know what's your full name, but yeah, Simran has asked that: does gap in work experience impact the application? How should she represent her gap in an employment?
Yeah, I can take that question because I also had 2 years of gap in my profile. So gap years, first of all, don't matter because you can see me sitting on the panelist side of things. So first of all, remove this from your mind that gap year matters. But what you need to pay attention to is that you need to have a justification for that gap year. It cannot be like a gap year just happened to you. So if you and be honest about it, it can be anything, a medical reason, or you wanted to go on a leisure trip on a world tour, or you wanted to study something, or you were preparing for UPSC, anything, any reason, but you need to put it out there and you need to show your conviction that whatever you did, you did it willingly and you can justify. That's the only thing which you need to take care, and gap year, otherwise gap year doesn't matter. So be very, very relaxed about it. We are in the 21st century of things and gap years are very normal. So don't worry about it. Just focus on your applications.
Thank you, Rishabh. There's somebody, I don't know the name, is an anonymous attendee, doesn't want to reveal the name. Could you give a couple of examples of a hypothetical or real profile that could get a scholarship? So whosoever you are, the all four current cohort students, they are the real people from ISB current cohort who have got scholarship. So yes, what is a reference point? So let me tell you, there are three scholarships which we have at ISB. One is a need based, one is the merit based, and the third one is diversity. Yeah, so all four of them have received scholarship from one of the three categories. You can apply for all three. You can apply for maybe just one or two. You will get only one scholarship depending upon your profile, your background, and everything. Okay, there was this question actually again, somebody that he or she comes from a very humble and a poor background. Can he or she get a scholarship? Absolutely. Is there one thing which we as an admission team tell everybody that do not reject yourself before ISB rejects you. There are a lot of people in this dilemma and that's some state of mind that oh my god, मेरा तो score इतना है, इतना कम score है, इतना ज़्यादा, I won't get it. There have been people who have got admitted at 610 GMAT score, and people got rejected with 750, 760 also. So this entire myth that there's one perfect score around GMAT and GRE is a myth. Do not go around all these forums. Just hear directly from the admissions committee or the alums or the current students. So also, yeah, scholarship is there available. You come from a humble background, no problem. You can apply for it. Yeah, it is very. I mean, 100% scholarship, 75% up to 50%. Yeah. So this much of scholarship which are available. Somebody asked that what percentage of scholarship? Up to 25% of the current cohort has got scholarship. And if need arises, if somebody is from that background or maybe somebody is deserving, is not able to finance the MBA, of course, this number can go up. But the current cohort, out of 800, 900 students we have, 25% of them have received some or the other scholarships. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Is ROI worth going for an ISB MBA? This question, you'll find it in every webinar which we conduct, regardless of the topic. Is ISB MBA worth the ROI? Can you talk about ROI after ISB MBA? How are you planning to pay back your loan after this MBA? Roughly how many years it takes to do away with that loan? And this question is something, this is pointed to all four of you. What is an ROI of MBA? Is it really worth to spend 38, 40 lakhs?
Okay, I think I can start with it. So if you get an admit in ISB, look at ROI in two ways. One is the tangible ROI, which we are all sitting here for, like the monetary aspect of it, and one is an intangible ROI, which talks about the ISB experience in itself. So because you are also incurring the opportunity cost of 1 year of work in coming to ISB, so I can talk about both. So in terms of the tangible ROI, which is monetary, we roughly can cover it in 1.5 to 2 years, given the average packages that we have seen throughout the years of ISB. And in terms of the intangible ROI, I feel that is more important, and that will take you forward in life and help you grow as a person, because ISB is an environment where every minute you're learning something new, either from peers or from the amazing faculty that we have on campus. So if we apply those concepts, we will be successful and we will grow the ladder irrespective of the investment that is made. So I feel that these two aspects of ROI everyone should look at very carefully.
I think you covered it very perfectly, so I don't need to add much. Just one thing I would just call out here is that you will not definitely, I think it's also person to person dependent how much like how much MBA matters to you and what's your reason to do an MBA. But as Shivangini mentioned, it's very easy when I talk about in terms of monetary ROI. So you will be definitely able to pay that. I think there's no question asked there. It's more like if you really want to invest 1 year, and then what you need to learn out of it, whether you'll be able to get that. I think we can focus more on that. So I think these are the two aspects, and you will be definitely able to pay at a very, it depends on your way of paying back. Otherwise, you'll be easily able to pay in 2-3 years, anytime that you want. So I think that is worth it. Yeah.
Thank you, Shefali.
Yeah, so I'm being a CA, I would like to answer it from a very finance point of view. So it's like the capital expenditure which you are incurring and for which you'll get return for a very, very long term. Just don't compare it to the average package which you see on the ISB portal, because that is the package which you'll get from campus. But as soon as 1 year or 2 year passes, that package also multiplies. So you just need to figure that all in, factor that all in, and understand that the multiples into which your NPV will run will be huge. NPV basically means that how much additional return you are earning on the investment which you have made. So it's a worthy investment. Yeah, there is a risk factor, but it's risky until and unless you reach into ISB. Once you get into ISB, the risk factor will be taken care by ISB itself. The placements are really amazing. The average packages are visible on the website. The alumni network to which you'll be having access, you cannot buy it. At 40 lakhs also, you cannot buy it. So that is an additional advantage which you will be getting. So there are multiple things, but yeah, more than just financial aspect, you need to understand that whether you want to do an MBA or not. And if you want to do an MBA, don't need to worry about the finance aspect. It will be taken care. And yeah, that's why we have this session, how we can take care of that financial burden through scholarships if that is required. So please do apply.
And with that, I would say Rishabh also explained one of the most popular term of MBA. So yeah.
Varun,
Yeah, I would just add Rishabh nailed it on the head over there with especially with the alumni network part. I mean, that is something that's going to be invaluable. It's not something you can just calculate within 1-2 years from now. Not just the alumni, the network of people that you're going to form over here. You're going to know people that are going to be in MBB. You're going to have connections for life, basically. So the ROI is almost like beyond just the short term.
thank you so much, Varun. Okay, the next question is, does family income or only one individual's income considered for scholarship? What is the maximum income for which scholarship can be provided? Arun, do you mind taking this question about, is it for the income part? You're on mute.
Yeah, Kaushik, can you repeat the question?
Absolutely. Does family income or just somebody who's applying the income of that person is considered for the scholarship? What is the maximum income for which a scholarship can be provided? Yeah.
See, for need-based scholarship, the family income should not exceed more than 18 lakh. So the family, we are referring to the individual who is applying to this program, plus his spouse if he is married. Then we are also including his parents. So probably the max is 4 members, right? So probably if your parents are retired, they are not earning. So their income is not being taken into consideration. So if that is the case, only the applicant's income and plus his spouse if he's married. That's it. So, so that's a need-based scholarship. Even there are a lot of questions I could see in the chat box. How one can apply to this need-based scholarship? So whether they need to write a separate essay or this part of the application process. So I request candidates kindly pay attention to this. So yes, you need to write a separate essay if you are opting for need-based scholarship. Okay. So where you can write this essay, this is part of your application process. There is a scholarship section available in the application process. So you will get a prompt. So probably once you click the scholarship section, and so for merit-based scholarship, there is no separate essay required. So as Kaushik and other teammates said, so we have a holistic process. You'll consider your academic record right from your 12th to undergraduation. We will consider your GMAT or GRE scores. We'll also understand your purpose. We will also understand your quality and the quantity of work experience that you are bringing to the table. Yeah, so that's why we'll take a holistic approach while awarding a merit-based scholarship, right? So this merit-based scholarship either instituted by the ISB or the scholarships were instituted by the donors, or the donors include the alums and the professors, right? That's it about the merit-based scholarship. So the need-based scholarship, the main point, right? So where you need to write a separate essay for this. So the essay will vary from scholarship to scholarship, okay? So the moment you click the need-based scholarship, you can see around 7 to 8 scholarship flashing on your screen, right? So you need to click the essay part, and there you get to see the topic, right, on which you're required to write an essay. Yeah. So just ensure that you are enabling this option. Just ensure that you check that box. So then only you get to write an essay for the relevant topic. Yeah. So that alone, the candidate need to ensure, because if you're not enabling this option, not putting the tick mark on it, you are skipping this step, and if you are submitted, and you will not get to submit your essay. So that's why the candidates who are applying for the need-based scholarship, whose family income is less than 18 lakhs per annum, are eligible to apply all the need-based scholarship, right? So hope it clears. Is there any follow-up question? Maybe you can post it on the chat box, so we will answer to that.
Thank you, Arun. Thank you so much. Next question. Can people with government organization or PSU experience get admission at ISB? Who would like to go with the answer?
Yes, so I was working for Coal India Limited, and it's a PSU for sure, because we pay huge dividend to government. So yes, for people coming from government organization, you can apply, and you can get admission as well as scholarship. Besides PSU, we have people from Indian Navy as well. So the Army sector, the Navy sector, if you are from that background, you can still apply. We also have people from the social impact sector or from NGOs. So if you come from that background also, you can apply. So ISB is background agnostic, to put it out there, that your background doesn't matter. What matters is your journey. Wheresoever you were, if you were in a family business as well, but what you were doing, what impact you have created, and do you have that passion, or do you have that quality to create an impact going ahead in future? Can you become a leader of future? That is what ISB is trying to gauge. And if you have that, just go make your case. So that is what I had to say about this.
Thank you, Rishabh. Thank you so much. Yeah, so you come from a private organization, one of the corporates, big name, small name, maybe you are an entrepreneur, you come from maybe from state government or a PSU, does not matter. You can apply. ISB does not, uh, judge you on the basis of your background. No, you're not judged in that way. It's just that what value are you going to add in class? That is what matters. How your experience, your past experience, is going to add value in current cohort. That is something which matters. Also, there's a question about GMAT. Can somebody apply with unofficial score? Yes, you can. You can definitely apply with unofficial scores. And after a couple of weeks, once you have your official scores, you can submit it. Yeah. Are collaterals mandatory for bank loan? If yes, then what all is needed to apply for the loan? So let me make it clear. At ISB, you can get an education loan, a student loan for education without any collateral. So maybe your bank statements, your proof of income, Aadhaar card, PAN card would suffice. You do not need any collateral thing to be done in order to get uh, loan from the bank. The list of banks, our partners, what interest rate is there, that is all available on the website. All you have to do is check the interest rate and by the way, we provide one of the lowest interest rates when it comes to education loan. Really, I think, if not wrong, maybe one of the lowest in the country. The interest on education loan. So you do not need to worry about it. ROI part, all four of them has already covered it. No collaterals and one of the lowest interest rates. Okay, a very common question. Are GMAT or is there a preferential treatment to GMAT or the GRE, or is it equal for ISP? I don't know from where is this question coming from, who has written this, but yeah, I want any one of you to answer that. Is there a preference by ISP for GMAT or GRE?
I can take this up, I think. So if ISB had a preference, they would not open both exams to be given, like a choice between both the exams to be given as per application. So no, ISB does not have any preference between GMAT and GRE. The both the tests, as you all know, are very similar in terms of their syllabus, in terms of their format. They are just a way to check your quantitative, your verbal reasonings, and that's a hygiene check that is being done, and that's part of procedure from ISB. So um, like I also personally had these apprehensions when I was searching for ISB, but there is absolutely no prioritizing between these two exams. Otherwise, ISB won't have. They would just have one exam. So that's just it.
And just one request to all the audience we have here, all are joined for the session. Uh, do not depend on what somebody is saying on which forum. It is always good to hear from you. There's a saying that hear from horse's mouth. So always hear go with the take of the official. Somebody from ISP is saying something. Take that very seriously. What some anonymous person is writing something on some club or maybe Quora or a Google, do not go with that. There's some prescribed GMAT or a GRE score. No, the range of GMAT, there is no GMAT. There's nothing called perfect GMAT or a GRE score at ISP. I, I think in the beginning of the session, in one of the questions, I told people with 610, 620 score also have got admission in ISP, and people with 757, 67, 80 also have been rejected. So there's nothing called perfect score. GMAT and GRE is one aspect of your selection. Okay. The rest all is your academics, which is your graduation, your work experience, and if you are adding something to the diversity, maybe you could be sports personalities, or maybe somebody who loves vlogging or blogging, or maybe an Instagram influencer. I think we have quite a few influencers in the class. If all of you can add to this point, that how people from different background have come to the class of 2023. I know there's one shuttler world ranked, I believe, some top 10, top 13. Also, an IPO player next year, Prathamesh, is going to be one of our students. If you can add on to the diversity part, I know this is not a topic. It's just that this is all the financial aid and something scholarship, but a lot of questions are that about I come from this background, I come from that background. Do I stand a chance? if all of you can add something to it, yeah.
Sure, maybe I can start. So a lot of people here are, so I have a few friends from ISRO. So they were scientists before this. Some people from Navy, some people who were lawyers, some people who were doctors. I'll just keep the list. I'll stop here and maybe ask others to add, because there's actually a lot of people from so many different diverse backgrounds that it's very, initially I thought how like it's very new for me also to just interact with people from so many different diverse backgrounds. It's very unique to ISB, which happens, and it's great experience to have.
Think I can add to that. We have Ajay Jayaram, who's the badminton player in ISB. I'm an architect. My friend is a fashion designer. Then we have some engineers also. We have some CAs also, but we have a holistic bunch, guys. We have people. We have so many doctors this year. We have lawyers also. We have dentists. We have a wide range. And as I think we all have mentioned on this call before, it's all about peer-to-peer learning and what ISB sees in you as an impactful individual in your journey till now. So no background is a hindrance. We also have a lot of entrepreneurs, and ISB also encourages a lot of entrepreneur spirit in you. We have a lot of electives also on entrepreneurship. So it's a very wholesome environment. So nothing is a hindrance as long as you have created impact and you can portray that in your application.
Thank you so much. Rishabh, anything to add?
Yeah, just one thing that just don't be bogged down that you'll have to have diversity. So just clearing that ground that we have people who just have 2 years of work ex, worked in any generic tech organization in a normal software developer kind of a role, to a Ajay Jairam who has been all India rank 1 and world rank 13 in badminton. So it's a whole range. And this is something about ISB which amazes me till date, that how an ISB is able to factor in all these and then shortlist people who will be doing, will be making leaders of future. So as it was mentioned by Kaushik earlier, that don't reject yourself before ISB does. Just go out, put your story and tell ISB that why you are a deserving candidate to have a seat at ISB, and let ISB decide from there. So don't at all, underestimate yourself. Everyone is eligible, whether you have just 2 years of work ex, been an accountant, been a software engineer, been a data scientist, or you have a very diverse background. You have played Ranji, or you have been a shuttler, ace shuttler. So anything of any sort. So 900 proud and diverse cohort is what we have. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, Rishabh. Varun, anything to add? Or shall I go ahead with the question?
Yeah, no, I mean, not much to add, but the main thing is I see people from all kinds of backgrounds, small companies, big companies, like Shivangini mentioned, entrepreneurs, international backgrounds as well. So it's really eye-opening, and it's also humbling when you get to see a lot of people from the kind of backgrounds that they are from.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, Kaushik, just to add one thing. So if going by the questions, so there are questions being posted in the chat box. Can I apply to diversity scholarship? So students, so you can't apply to diversity scholarship. This decision is taken by the admission team at ISB. They will go through your profile, they will go through your profession, they will go through your education background. If you are from abroad, they will take that into consideration as well. And if you are maybe working abroad, you are an Indian working abroad for some reasons, and again you want to come back to India, there is a separate scholarship for that as well. Yeah, so you can't apply to scholarship under this diversity factor. So the team will evaluate your profile, and so they will put you in the right pool. Yeah, so this is one thing that I would like to add. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arun. Somebody wants to have coffee with all the students, I mean, with Shafali, Shivangini, Rishabh, and Varun, or maybe the other student. They want to get on a coffee to know more about ISB, the life at ISB. So, who's again an anonymous person? I think as of now, it's not possible because placements are going on. So, if you want to have, host them over a coffee, please, of course, you can get onto their LinkedIn profiles. You have their names here, apply the LinkedIn filter, ISP, and then yeah, connect them maybe in December first week or something, maybe towards Christmas or something, and then you can approach them for a coffee. You can connect with them on LinkedIn is not a problem. If they are entertaining your proposal to get on a coffee to do you want to know about ISP, fine. But I believe currently it is not possible because placements are going on, exams and all are there. So
Yeah,
it's
Kaushik,
not possible.
one more thing. Sorry to interrupt you. And there are a lot of questions from the YLP applicants also, right?
Yeah.
So YLP applicants. So anybody?
Is any one of you from
Anyone of
YLP
you
by
from
any
YLP?
Yes, I am a
chance?
YLP.
Great.
Great. So probably, can you share your scholarship experience? Whether the scholarship, when the scholarship will be offered, and so when you get the prompt and all this, can you share your experience, Shivan?
Sure. Thank you, Arun. So basically, I gave the interview, and when the final mail came regarding that I have been accepted and everything, is when I was also informed that I have received a merit-based scholarship. So as it has been highlighted before, except of the need-based scholarship that you need to apply for, and there is a separate procedure for it, the diversity and the merit-based scholarship, all applicants, irrespective of ILP, EEO, round one, round two, whatever rounds, they are all of them are considered for scholarship, and the intimation comes even to ILP candidates when we receive a letter of acceptance from the college.
So there are three stages, isn't it? So probably when you get to fill your need-based scholarship thing, so in stage 2, or that is going to happen after your interviews. So did you?
Sorry, I didn't catch that, Arun.
Sure. You spoke well about the merit-based scholarship. So there
Yeah.
are some questions being asked on the need-based scholarship.
All right. So need-based scholarship is also when you're filling, there's an option that comes. So when you fill your all your application, when the final application before the interview is submitted, is when also you need to give, I think, that you are applying for need-based scholarship or not. So then option comes, and where you have to write and submit a separate essay for that, explaining the topic or whatever. Yeah.
So thank you, Shivangi. So I think OLP applicants, I hope she clarified your thoughts. I mean, yeah. So probably in stage 2, that is the stage prior to your interviews, where the option pop-ups. And if you wanted to apply to need-based scholarship, and again, if your family income was below 18 lakhs, you're eligible to apply. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Kaushik, over to you.
Yeah, sure. Okay. There's again somebody who is anonymous. Don't like to disclose their name. What's the safe GMAT score for a male engineer? I like this term. Putting all these filters. Oh, great. What is this perfect GMAT score for a male engineer? And also, is there a scholarship available for such profiles? Of course, scholarship is available for everybody. You got to apply. Uh, like I mentioned earlier, around 20%, 25% of the current cohort was offered a scholarship. And reiterating, there is no perfect GMAT score. GMAT, GRE range of scores is there on isp.edu, and that range is something which is not prescribed by ISP. That's the range of the current class of PGP at Hyderabad and Mohali campus. That's it. Yeah. Also, can somebody want to know that is it fine that somebody want to finance their own entire MBA? Means somebody has that much of cash or money in their account, or they should go for a loan for the tax saving purpose, Mr. CA, uh, or all of
For
you.
first of all, very smart question. You can use it in your interview and you can impress if the interviewer is from finance. So basically, it's nothing related to ISB, but in general, if I would like to answer that question, if you're earning a return of more than 10% on your investments, then it's fine that you go for a loan. And, because you'll be using that 40 lakhs to earn 4 lakh rupees, whereas you'll be paying just around 3,20,000 as interest rate, just normalizing the numbers. But if you think that you'll be earning a little less than 8%, which is the current floating rate interest rate, so it would be better that you finance it yourself rather than taking up a loan. Moreover, there are tax deductions as well. So yeah, a lot of factors there, but a safe benchmark would be that if your returns are more than 10%, take a loan. If it's not more than 10%, don't take a loan.
Thank you. Somebody who has a startup, whom he or she can go for the LOR. Anybody has an idea about it? Somebody want to
Yeah. Yeah, so it's regarding the letter of recommendation. So if you are the founder of a startup, so you would have some clients or other stakeholders with whom you have interacted. So the main purpose of the LOR is to know you better through someone else. So someone whom you have interacted with as a client, or as any relationship, your supplier, your buyer, anything. So anyone you have interacted with would suffice, and ISB allows that.
Except for the family members, yes, your partner or maybe your supplier can do that. Yeah. Okay, I think I should start unmuting people one by one to take questions. I would request everybody to stick to questions pertaining to scholarship. Okay. Regarding admissions, me and Arun are there. Post 8:30, we'll start taking questions on admission thing. You can raise your hand one by one. I'll start unmuting and ask the questions. Try and stick to scholarship, the financing of MBA, maybe an ROI question if you have. Yeah. So Vanshi, go ahead and ask the question.
Yeah, hello. My question is, suppose if the income including spouse and family is less than 80 lakhs, so will he definitely get the need-based scholarship irrespective of the number of such eligible admits in ISB in that year?
Arun, would you like to take this question?
Yeah, sure. See, one is first, it makes you eligible to apply to the scholarship. That's the first thing. It's not 80, it's 18 lakhs, right? Let me make it clear. First, you become eligible. Second, you are again competing with the team, because so once you submit your essay, the suitable essay, so it goes to the concerned person. For example, there are scholarships which are instituted by the alums or the recruiters or important stakeholders. So there are merit need-based scholarship instituted by ISB itself. So it goes to the concerned person. Either it can be alum, I repeat, or the selection committee at ISB, or the stakeholder. So they will evaluate, they will understand. So because you will be presenting your case, and we expect the applicants to present their case genuinely, and post evaluation, the team will take a call. Yeah.
So it's that even if someone is eligible, he might end up not getting something at all.
Yes.
Okay. Fine, thank you.
I hope that answers the question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Amit Butler. Amit, please ask a question.
Good evening. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, so I just wanted to check. This was again, I think Arun had asked Shivangini with respect to the YLP admits. So in case of a merit-based and a diversity scholarship, so what I understood was that if you get an offer letter, along with that itself, if you have been considered fit and found fit, you will get an intimation for the scholarship that you're going to get. This was one part, if my understanding is correct. And the second part of the question is, what is the max quantum of scholarship that one can probably, or any student would have got on a merit or a diversity with respect to as a percentage of the total fees, which is actually quite high at ISB, if I may say so. Yeah.
So there have been people on it up to 100% scholarship, means 100% tuition fee waiver. They have got it. Of course, there are certain taxes here and there that you need to pay, of course. The maximum, up to 100% in round one, up to 75% in round two, and up to 50% max in round three. So this is how it goes.
Yeah, when it comes to YLP, yeah. So this is whatever Kaushik said is applicable to PGP or early entry options. When it comes to YLP, I hope you are a YLP applicant, Amit.
Yes, please.
Sure. So in that case, the minimum scholarship that we offer is 25% and the max is 100%.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Kaushik, over to you.
Yeah. Ivy Chaudhary.
Yes, hi. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, hi. Good evening, everyone. So I had already applied to ISB and I had my interview on 30th. I am expecting the results to be out in like 3-4 days. So I just wanted to. Sorry?
Next 2 days to be precise.
Yeah, to be precise. So my question regarding the scholarships is about the ones that are listed on the website, which are not, I mean, the scholarship supported by donor. Like, I just wanted to understand whether they're a part of the merit scholarships, like the Bajaj Auto Scholarship or something like Deepak Parayan. These are all mentioned there. So there are 2-3 merit scholarships. These are something we have to apply individually, or is it something that is already considered?
Yeah, can I take this? Yeah, so there are some scholarship where we have explicitly mentioned the name of the scholarship.
Right.
And there are other scholarships where, because where the alums don't have, or the donors don't have the chance to get into the selection process, but however, they have contributed to this cause. And so either the team will reach out to these people and they will share your information with the essay and they will take a call, or else on behalf of this donor, the admission team will evaluate your profile and they will give you the suitable scholarship. So even that range is also given on the website.
Yes.
So because that's why we did not listed all the scholarship, because so there are 19 plus categories in which we offer scholarship, including the merit and the need-based scholarship. But only out of that 19, maybe we only 6 categories has been highlighted where they require an essay. Maybe for others, you don't require a separate essay. For example, as you rightly mentioned, the Bajaj Auto Scholarship does not calls for an essay, right? So you don't need to write an additional essay for this. Your ISB application itself is sufficient. Yeah.
Okay, I think. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ivy. Rupesh has asked a question in chat. Is GRE 333 good if I don't have a top college? So, Rupesh, you are well within the range. Okay. And also, we do not have any bias towards any college. It can be tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. If that would have been the reason, then in that case, we would have just admitted, all these big names, IITs, NITs, PITs, and also we have people. In fact, the panelists here are from different colleges. They are not from. I mean, not all are from tier 1. So we do not have any bias. Do not go on. Just again, a request. Please do not rely on those forums, Google, Quora, all these talks which is going on about getting into ISP, about score, about being from all these marquee organizations and big colleges. No, there have been people who have been rejected from those colleges also. So it is your work experience which matters. What are you bringing to the table? Do not hesitate talking about your failures if there have been. If there's nothing, no problem. Do not make it. We want somebody who's honest. Be honest in your essay. How your experience, you will be judged on how your experience is going to add to the class, and also how ISB is going to help you in your post ISB journey. That learning is something which matters. So that's it. So go ahead and apply. 333 is well within the range, and if you have 2 years of experience, and please go ahead and apply. Next, Rini. Rini, go ahead and ask a question.
Hi. So I received a mail on financing, right? So there's a bunch of scholarships for diversity and for folks who are, looking at venturing into the social impact space. Now, both these scholarships, I'm not able to see that they're listed on the main scholarship portal, which is, there on the application portal. I'm not able to see this. That's my first question. And I think I joined a little late, so I'm sorry. I just wanted to understand what is the essay that we're supposed to write pertaining to every individual scholarship.
Arun,
Sure. See, first is for the merit-based scholarship. I repeat, sorry to both. I think we are boring the other participants, and kindly excuse us. Just to answer to your question, for merit-based, you don't require to write a separate essay. It's part of your application.
Arun, just 1 second. I meant the merit by diversity. There's a specific one that is mentioned. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Sure. So even for that, you don't require to write a separate essay. Yeah. Okay. So for all the merit-based scholarships, so you don't need to write a separate essay. Only for the specific need-based scholarship. That too, for not all the need-based scholarship, there are some specific need-based scholarship you need to write a separate essay. Yeah. So hope that clears. And what is your next question? And
there's this ISB Develop India scholarship for folks who want to get into.
That is after your graduation, because it's a only scholarship that has been given to the graduates of ISB after your graduation. If you have any thoughts to work on to create a NGO, or maybe to work on socially impactful projects or startups, in that case you can present your case to the committee, and you will get scholarship. Even in fact you will get 100% scholarship. Yeah.
So this is post. Just one more question. Follow-up question. So you said we're supposed to write an essay, right? So does that get separated? Does that get submitted separately?
For this scholarship,
the ones that are applying for, the ones that are eligible on the portal.
Yeah. So you need to first enable that. You need to select those scholarship, and then you will get an option to give your essays separately.
Oh yeah, because I didn't get that. I tried doing that. I wasn't able to get an option, but okay.
First enable that, go to next, and probably you'll get that maybe from that black text will convert into the blue text.
Absolutely.
Then you will get a clickable link. So you can see the question on your screen, and here you go.
Got it. Thank you so much, and I'm so sorry for joining in late. Thank you so
much. Problem, all the ways.
No worries. Akash, go ahead and ask a question. Akash Sarkar. Akash, you're audible.
Hi, am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible. Yeah.
So my question is so I just want to know what is the difference between this 1-year PGP program at ISB with the regular 2-year course of the MBA programs?
Arun.
Any students? Oh, no problem. See, you are comparing the 1-year PGP with the 2-year MBA program, which is traditionally being offered by other schools, or let me understand your question better.
I just want to know the difference, what would be the difference, or what would be the things which will be different in a 1-year program versus a 2-year program, which basically generally which people do after they graduate and they give guidance.
Arun, I think I can start and then you can add.
Yeah. So even I would like to pass it on to my students, so who can speak better than the admissions team.
No. I can give from the student POV.
Yeah. Based on your experience, please go ahead.
Yes, so basically it's about like 1 year MBA. So you start your post MBA journey a year earlier than if you're in a traditional 2 year MBA. One is that, obviously. So that is a huge so in a 2 year MBA, you are foregoing that 1 year in which you can start building your ROI and essentially get into the market and start working in whichever field that you want to work. So that is one big advantage I as a student feel. Second, the curriculum of ISB is very different from other traditional colleges of India, IIMs or whatever. And in that sense, because we do not have the internship period, which the other colleges offer. That is why ISB requires you to have a minimum 2 year work experience. So everybody over here has industry or whatever work experience, entrepreneur, whatever they have. So that is also one difference. 2 year MBA you can do directly out of your undergrad, but in ISB you need to have the 2 year work experience as well. And yeah, it's just a curriculum difference in essence. So whatever I think makes sense to you, and Rishabh, Shifali, Varun, you guys can add whatever you want to.
I think one
So
thing I
just-
would like to.
Yeah, please
Sorry,
continue.
Varun.
Please continue.
Okay. So Akash, one thing I would like to add to what Shivangini said is in terms of learnings, right? So learnings, you can be rest assured that that is not going to be any less than 2 years, because but
I'll
when
explain how. Once you're done, I'll explain how. Yeah.
yeah, and why I can say that as a student also, because the course is definitely very rigorous for us. So the exams are every 15 days. We are given, so our terms are also faster. The breaks are even lesser. So the learning part is not lower. Obviously, you have to be on your toes to make it work, and that's why ISB tries to get students who really are passionate about MBA and really wants to invest in their 1 year. But that is more or less the difference, I would say. I think other differences other people have already covered, but there's no difference in terms of learning. That you can be rest assured on that.
I think this is a favorite question for all of us, a 2 year versus 1 year MBA. So I'll also try to bring in my perspective into it. First of all, again, the finance thing, you will be earning 30 lakhs earlier than that is one thing. Second thing is that, yeah, we don't generally waste time. So every day at ISB, the output, the efficiency is amazing. A lot is happening every day. And that is why we maximize our efficiency, and that is why our downtime is low. And just because our downtime is low, we are saving that 1 year. And a very senior person from a very good college of India has said that 1 year of MBA is there to stay in India, and it will continue in future. So you can, Google it.
Happens to be director of one of the marquee colleges and the Ivy League. That is Akash for you to research who has said what. But yeah, somebody who is serving that college and is a serving director. Yeah, the current serving director has
Correct.
talked about the
So,
advantage of 1 year MBA. Yeah.
so that is how, means we change according to the requirements, and this is the requirement of the time. We don't want a thing which can be done in 1 year to take 2 years. So that is how I would put it. Yeah, please, Kaushik, go ahead. And
Also, Akash, if you can just go more down in your research, you will understand ISP is a pioneer when it comes to 1 year MBA. ISP started 1 year MBA culture in India, and others followed us. Okay, but okay, yeah, but we have not gone to the 2 years MBA. Like other mentioned, you will be earning 30, 32, 40 lakhs uh, for one extra year, right? Also, if you see the learning journey, when it comes to learnings, there's absolutely no difference. Why? Because if you compare the ISP term and the the other colleges who are offering 2 years of MBA, they have a lot of term break, semester holiday, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Also internships. Yeah. So here there is nothing as such. There is no internship, but we have something called ELP, Experiential Learning Program. These people, these current students, Shefali, Shivangini, Varun, and Rishabh were there. Are they do not go for internship, but they work as a consultant with companies. They work on a live project with companies in a mentorship of a professor. They need to submit a report to the company, all and to the professor. On that basis, they get their grades. Okay, and they earn, like they earn good when it comes to earning as a consultant. So that is one thing. There is no internship which says you 6 years straight away. Sorry, 6 months. I'm so sorry. 6 months straight away. Also, there are no breaks. Like they've told that their terms are little small. Not little actually. It is very smaller. Every 15-20 days they have exams. So if you compare, if you stretch that tenure, it becomes 2 years. शायद आपको 10 दिन का शायद का होली का छुट्टी नहीं मिलेगा, दिवाली, ईद, all these Christmas, Bakrid, all these new holidays शायद नहीं होंगे. Maybe a day for Diwali, a day for Holi is sufficient. That's it. वो शायद वो भी नहीं. They're all, but they all have a lot of fun on the campus. But this 1 year of rigor is something which is going to shape you as a professional. Somebody, अभी मेरे को let's not go there. You must have seen people from ISB. So I hope that answers that question, Akash. I can go on and on for hours and hours that why one should go for an 1 year of MBA rather than 2 years of MBA. Of course, there's earning का perspective है. उसके अलावा बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. You do your research.
No, definitely. I can get it from the way you were saying. And obviously, like I also had this in mind that it won't make sense of doing it for 2 years, but I just wanted to confirm from
No
you
offense to
people.
no offense to any institution. No, they're all great. They're all great.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
no offense to anyone.
Uh,
But yeah, have
It's
your own
just that,
research.
like, for my understanding, like, I just wanted to make sure that, like, those are like kind of myths. Like, if you do a MBA for just a year, so you won't be getting placed in the top firms, or they might be considering like blah blah blah. So just for the
500
confirmation.
plus alums of ISB are at CEOs or the CXOs positions.
Yes,
Out of
definitely.
100, out of 100 unicorns in India, there are 13 plus unicorns which are made at ISB.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Go
Definitely.
on LinkedIn. I'm not sure how much are you active on LinkedIn. Go on LinkedIn. Just type ISB. You'll get to know about that. I actually you should do your research. I should not be talking about it.
Definitely. Definitely.
just one caveat here, that when we say 1 year MBA, we mean ISB ka 1 year MBA. So we are not speaking for some other colleges.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is a caveat.
Everybody else has followed us. We like I started, we were the pioneers of 1 year MBA. Okay. All right. Chalo Akash, all the best. Do your research.
Thank you.
And yeah, look forward to see you on campus one day. Okay. Amit Bhatla. Amit, you asked a question if I'm not mistaken. Did you?
Thank you for giving another opportunity.
Oh,
So primarily, though it is not pertaining to a scholarship, and you said ask questions of scholarship. So
the scholarship, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the YLP interviews were on 24th. So looking forward to the results. While you give out the dates for the PGP coming day after tomorrow, can you give us a little timeline for it? Earlier it was told 5th of November, so a lot of waiting.
Currently we are evaluating the applications. So basically we are reviewing your applications, and we hope we can share the stage 1 results before December mid.
Before December end, you said?
Mid.
December mid. Okay, so thank you. So that's going to be a little more wait. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. You can. Okay. Lakshya Sharma, please go ahead.
Hi, Kaushik. Hi, team. First of all, thank you so much for taking time to speak with us. I'm Laksh. I'm an applicant this year, and I had my interview on 29th of the last month, and I'm too expecting my result. Just one quick point. After my
interview.
Sorry?
You already had your interview, isn't it? No.
No.
So next month it is it?
No, I already had my interview. Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
had
Sorry.
your interview. That's
Yeah.
what I'm asking. Yeah.
Last
Okay.
month. Yeah, I'm waiting for my result on 18th.
Great.
So my question, thank you. So my question is that I've been working with the government of India for almost 3 years, and working for the government was a great experience. At the same time, it doesn't come at not very financially rewarding. So just question whether EdCom considers government of India as part of as part when they consider any other scholarship application.
Arun,
Arun, you are on mute.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I was answering to some of the aspirants' question on the chat box. If you don't mind, can you please repeat your question?
Sure. So my question is, while considering the application for merit application, scholarship applications, does EdCom considers government of India experience in government as a legitimate parameter? Because that essentially is not a financially rewarding experience. So we do require some support from EdCom.
Sure. See, definitely you are eligible. We have a living example. There is a candidate, maybe you can add more thoughts. So he left, no, right? Oh, sorry, I could not see. Okay, great. See, no problem. So first, you'll get an age, definitely, either on the diversity side or on the merit side based on your profile and your experience. So because maybe 2 years before we had an IAS officer, currently he's with the Telangana government. So the team has given a scholarship to him as well. So even maybe, I think I didn't get, so I think it's Rishabh, isn't it? Rishabh, you are from?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
he's from the PSU.
So yeah, as specified by Arun, that you are eligible, but it's not a guarantee that if you are from a government, you'll get a scholarship. But because you are from the government, I'm assuming that you would be working very close with some bureaucrats or some politicians. So do ensure that you bring out your story really well. So you need to prove that you have those leadership things, you have taken initiatives, and that makes you more eligible. So being from government, I don't see as a disadvantage, I see as an advantage, because you would be exposed to something which others wouldn't be. So take it as an advantage, build a good story and show your skills, and that will help you get a good scholarship.
Sure. Are we supposed to write an email to EdCom on regarding this, or not really?
Not required. Not required. So because we are the one who is going to review your applications, and so either on the need-based or probably on the merit category, the team will consider you. And so I have already shared my LinkedIn handle with you, and feel free to connect with us. So if you have any further follow-up questions, definitely feel free to contact us.
Sure. Thanks, Arun. Just one last question to the students.
Go ahead, please.
How would you recommend a pre-MBA internship before ISB? Does it really help?
you're already a working professional, right?
Yeah.
So are you planning to get into an internship before you get into an ISP, is it?
Just for the sake of exploring a new role before placements, I want to change my career path, and if I want to spend 2-3 months in a pre-MBA internship just to build my case that I have worked to explore that role, because there are certain things which we don't know. So
yeah, I think I'll take that question, Laksh. That first of all, that is a very intelligent question, and I'm understanding where you are coming from. So if you have a background which is not very relevant to where you want to go post your MBA, and you want to signal to your recruiters in your campus placement that you are very much interested in that particular field or organization or the kind of work they are doing, an internship would be a very good idea. Given that you need to understand that at what cost it is coming. So you will be leaving your organization and going for an internship. So you need to prove, you need again justify that why you took that break, and to the ISB EdCom as well as to the recruiter. But yeah, it can give you an edge if you want to signal something for your placements at ISB. So that is a very good thought.
Sure. And when I say this, I presume that after the results are announced, I'll have at least 2.5 months, so I can use that in a different. Great. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
All the best, Lakshay. Ronit Ranjan.
Hey, hi team. First of all, thanks for giving me the opportunity. I think I'm the one who sent that long ass question. I thought I'll just unmute myself and speak to you guys. So it's a little broad. It's not directly related to finances. I think that comes later. I got to know about ISB like 2 weeks back. I was taking a workshop in a company in Hyderabad itself. One of the senior leaders, he pulled me aside and then he was like, "Oh, what are your future plans? You're, quite young and all of that." I'm like, "Sir, not really planning to just like roam around India and do workshops." He said, "Do you know about ISB?" I'm like, I am not sure what that is. So then he told, "Can you just apply there? I think they like you." And after that, I've been researching a lot. I've been trying to like reach out to different people on ISB. And it looks good when I look at it on LinkedIn, but I don't know what an MBA stands for. Like I did my UG, I was in the army before this. And I've been freelancing for 2-3 years. I was a co-founder of a mental health startup. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. I keep working on mental health. Like one of the things I mentioned on the chat is last year I walked from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. So one of the things I keep doing is keep roaming around, try to add value. But the thought that got me to think about MBA is one of my clients only told me. He said, "Boy, you want to train boys who have MBAs, get an MBA," which did make sense to me because Forge my essay we used to say, right? I'm like, get there and then have an opinion. So that is what is making me think about that. I have this doubt when I'm like, should I go for like a behavioral psychology master's and then try to be in the coaching industry? Or do you think MBA is a good option? Leave ISB here. Like, I'm just like, is MBA a good option in terms of like coaching?
Well, Ronit, so thanks for connecting with us. So I prefer to have a one-on-one discussion because we would like to go through your profile. So first we need to evaluate your profile, then probably we sort of can think whether this PGP is the right option or any other programs at ISB can suit your interest. So since if you're in Hyderabad, so don't hesitate to visit us in person.
No, I'm not. I left last week.
You left last week.
In
Okay.
Ranchi, but I can connect with you on email. I'll just
no problem. Let's have a one-on-one discussion. And so maybe I have shared my LinkedIn handle with the participants. Please share your resume if you have, or else maybe just share your LinkedIn profile with me. Let me go through that and we'll have a fruitful discussion.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Kanishka Chamaria. Yeah, Kanishka Chamaria. Please ask your question.
Hi, so I have two questions. First is, what does an ideal profile of an aspirant look like? And number two, all of the panelists sitting here, congratulations on getting these scholarships. I want to know what set you guys apart, that, what you think made you get the scholarship. I think anyone can answer and everyone can answer. Yeah.
I believe you have got two questions, right? And what is an ideal candidate profile looks like, and how did they get the scholarship?
Yeah. What do they think? What was that one point that made them get the scholarship, or what was different that they did from the other candidates that made them get the scholarship?
I believe one common answer, which is going to be that they were absolutely honest with their life journey, with their past experience. They didn't fake anything just for the sake of getting into ISB. I'm sure this what one of the points is going to be. I know they're going to add a lot. They know that what are their weaknesses. They, I believe, know that ISB can help them get through these weaknesses, and that is why they are there. They're here. I know there are multiple reasons. One being the honesty, not shying away from sharing your failures, and putting a thought. I believe that how you think that getting into ISP can help you go ahead in your career. So this question is something for all four of you. One by one, I would ask to unmute and answer the question.
All right, I think I can start. I think what Rishabh said earlier was I also did that I did my application without thinking that I want a scholarship, because everybody, the entire pool is for the merit based and the diversity. They are all considered by default. So that is one thing. Second thing is that we all applicants need to be very clear on one thing, that if you are not honest on your application, the admissions team can see through that, because they see thousands and thousands of applications every day. So I think it is just about portraying yourself in the unabashed honesty that you can. And just I'm a YLP candidate, so I think what I portrayed over there was what the program stood for. That was, they were identifying young leaders. So you need to portray that you have been a leader, or you have augmented something that has had an impact on a larger audience. And I feel that there is no set profile, there is no scoring, there is no rating which gets you an application or a scholarship, because as we have told you in this seminar, that every profile is very unique, and they bring their own learnings to us on the table. So it's just a matter of how you portray, how you communicate in the interview, how you write your essays, and what have you done prior to ISB, and how you can portray it in an impactful and an initiative led manner. That's what I feel.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Okay, so I can go next. So on your first question, what is the ideal profile? I think, as Shivangini said, there's no right profile. There's no one particular profile that if you have this in your WorkX or your scores or your interview, then you'll just get it, you'll just get through, or you'll get the scholarship. That is not there, definitely. But one thing which is common across to get through is you need to highlight and that's how I approach the essay and the interviews and the overall admission processes, that this is the list of things that I'm good at. These are the impactful works that I've done. These are my weaknesses. Now, what among these is something which ISB rightly wants and I need to highlight? So I think building your story around what you are exactly as a person and highlighting the right points which you think will come in your favor, I think that's important. That was more or less my story, even while approaching the application or through the interviews. I think just making sure that your story is coming out, what you actually want to tell, and what you think is the most perfect picture of yourself. I think that is something you can always highlight.
All right, thanks. That helped.
Varun, anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I'll echo the sentiments. The main thing to me is sort of focus on highlighting the spikes on your experience. Have the clarity of thought. For me, I was sort of very clear on where I wanted to go after ISB, and I felt like that, really helped me. Having that clarity of thought, having a purpose on your application really helps.
Got it.
Rishabh, anything to add?
Yeah, I have a very objective answer. So a good profile looks like there are 4 sections, if I'm correct. Your work experience, your education, your extracurricular, and your letter of recommendations. And if you are average in all these, you are a good profile. If you are uber good in one and not a very bad in other, you're still a good profile. So there should be a balance, or there should be a compensation scheme, that if you are not good at something, you should be good at something else, or you should be average in all of these. How do you make a good profile? Admission or a scholarship is not for free. I'll be very honest. There is a compensation which you need to pay. It's a quid pro quo. So the compensation you pay is the words. Your words is your ammunition which you write in your essay. Use it very, very wisely. What happened with me was that I got bored with my essay. but I still went back, visited my essay every single day and made few changes. So until and unless the story comes out perfectly, don't get satisfied with your essay. Get it reviewed by as many people as you can, because your things you know, but the person reading it might not know. So just be sure that what you are trying to explain is well understood by someone who doesn't come from your background. So that is how you can make a good application. But yes, if everything is good, you have a good application, and average profile is also a good application, what I could say.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, folks. Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Name is
It's Kanisha. Yeah, Kanisha. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we have Rohit with us. Rohit Turanila. Rohit, please ask a question.
Hey, hi everyone. Thank you for taking your time out, giving your valuable time at this time. Just had one quick question which I had asked in the question section. So I'm a project manager as of now, have 14 years of experience. I have a science background where I was an MBA aspirant in my childhood. So I did my biotechnology, then I moved into finance because I had my family responsibilities. And now I'm in a finance profile for 14 years now, and I'm planning to switch to IT now. And that is why ISB was the thought that I got in my mind. So right now, at this time, I did not have the time to write the GRE or GMAT in order to prepare, because I was getting in touch with the friends. Niket was one of the PGP Pro alumni. I spoke to him, and one other person she's also doing right now. Both of them said that GRE GMAT is not required for you to get into PGP Pro or PGP Max. You could apply for an admission. And when I asked that, I got the same answer, but again, I saw that, it has significant weight in terms of the admission process. So I just want to understand how that works. Because I saw the deadline being 27th of November this year.
It's got it got revised to 4th of December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it got around 1 week of. Can you do you mind repeating your question? Yeah, I missed on a few things. Yeah.
So I had asked if GRE and GMAT is mandatory, since I have like 15 years of experience.
Absolutely.
For PGP Pro or PGP Max. The answer was no, but
for PGP Pro and Max, there's no GMAT or GRS required. For flagship PGP program, which is 1 year full-time residential program, yes, GMAT or GRE is required. Yeah.
Okay. So one more question added to that, I'm sorry, is it PGP Pro or PGP Max that I should go for? Because I have 14 years of experience now.
But again, so Kaushik, maybe we can advise a candidate to come for a one-on-one discussion.
Sure.
So definitely we need to go through your profile. We need to understand your aspirations, and whether if you can stay away from your work for a year, but we would definitely suggest to take up the PGP program. But of course, so there are candidates who cannot stay away from their work due to their responsibilities, or if they might be working in some crucial projects. But in that case, maybe the pro is fine, but they are. PGP Max its own advantages. So that's why we need to understand your profile, and we need to map that with your aspirations. So why don't you come on a call with us? So probably we can arrange for a call with one of our counselors, and who can guide you in this regard.
Sure, Arun. What is the process like? Do I drop an email now in the chat?
Yeah. So just drop a mail to pgp@isb.edu for a call back. Just post your mobile number. The team will call you back.
Okay, pgp@isb.edu.
For a kindly request for a call back, and kindly express your situation, and please post your question.
All right. Thank you so much, Arun. Thank you so much.
We have mentioned our personal email, LinkedIn IDs. Arun has mentioned his ID. I have mentioned mine. You can connect with us on LinkedIn. Yeah, we'll take it forward.
Sure, I will. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. So with this, Rishabh, Varun, Shifali, and Swangini, our session comes to an end. Thank you so much for doing this. We will be here. We will be taking questions with regards to the admission thing, whatever questions they might have. So thank you so much for taking 1.5 hour of your busy schedule. I know exams are going on, placements are going on. There's a lot to catch. So thank you so much for doing this, and wish you all the best for all your exams and the interviews which are scheduled. Thank you so much. And if you want, you can drop it now.
Thank you, Varun, Rishabh, Shivan. All the best for your placements.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else?
Thank you,
Me and
team.
Aruna here. Me and Aruna here. We will be taking all your questions, whatever you have with regards to admission process at ISB. Okay, Shivangi Sinha, please go ahead and ask a question. Shivangi, you are unmuted. Please ask your question.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Am I audible now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah, I had a very quick question. First of all, thank you, Rishabh, for that explanation on the story bit. I quite strongly resonate to your suggestion how to increase that it will definitely increase the chances of getting a scholarship if we are able to tell the story poignantly. Now, coming to the other factors, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be able to sell their story quite well, right? There's still a lot of competition there. So what other factors play while deciding, while I understand the process is slightly ambiguous, one, I would like to know what other aspects could increase the chances. Second is how do you see the fact that if we are waitlisted at some reputed international globally reputed B schools, does does that also increase our chances of getting the scholarship because ISB would perhaps want us to be part of their cohort? So thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm still here. I think I can take this question. First of all, a story is not something which goes in isolation and makes your case. It's just an add-on to explain to the adcom or person reading your profile that how the whole thing went. Means you'll be objectively putting out things in your application form, but a story just tops that up. So even if you're not a very good story writer, your chances don't go down. But yes, if you can write a good story, your chances do go up. So that is, I see a story as a positive thing, not something which can harm you. Coming to the second question which you have asked, I don't think so. ISB benchmarks you against any other B school, and your chances doesn't go up. I'm sorry if I'm breaking your, something which you desire, but your chances doesn't go up just because you have a wait list or an offer from other B school. ISB has an independent procedure of reviewing your application, and if you are fit for ISB, and if you are good enough for a scholarship, you get a scholarship. I don't see it benchmarking or as a competition thing that we want to poach someone who is going to some other B school. So I don't think so that would help.
That I think explains my query quite perfectly. Although it would be great if you could also provide maybe some other metric that I could work on, because I'm sure like there are factors that is not in my hand anymore. Like I can't go back and change my profile, right? So anything else beside the essays that could probably help me get that extra advantage when it comes to scholarships?
Yeah, so there is one notion which I would like to clarify, and maybe that answers your question as well, that any work or anything which we have done in the past, we may think that it is not worthy enough, or that it's not a Uber thing which I have done. But the person sitting on the other side may see it very differently, because they understand that we come with a work ex of 2 to 4 to 5 years. In general, that is the average 4.5 years. And in 4.5 years, we wouldn't have created a lot of impact or wouldn't be in a leadership position. In your work experience column, you can go and explain that what you were entrusted with, how diligently you executed it, and how you aced that. That is one thing. On the extracurricular front also, you can mention what your hobbies are and how you took it up. Like it's not like that it's just been a hobby for life, how you pursued it. and gain something out of it, that can also help. And your educational qualification, I feel it's cemented. You can't do much about it.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much, Rishabh. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you,
There is a
Shruti.
question posted by Jatin. I think he keeps writing us, and so Jatin Sharma. So I'm just answering to your question directly. I hope you are online. See, I think I understand that you are into family business, but I also understand that you are not with your family. But however, from ISB's perspective, the team would like to evaluate your parents' income. So they will take your father or your mother's income into consideration. But if they are not with you, kindly provide a document. So basically, it's just a statement from your end. It's a self-declaration. So you need to mention that you are not staying with your family, and anyway, their income is not influencing your education. So you are earning your own bread and butter. So basically, we would like to know from you that, okay, you're not getting any kind of support from your parents and you are living on your own, you're meeting your expenditure on your own. So if you can provide that self-declaration thing, so then the team might consider only your income. Yeah. So that is the solution from my end. Yeah. Sorry, Kaushik, kindly go ahead.
Yeah, hi. So next is Dipankar. Okay, before that, I have got an anonymous question, and thankfully the person has written his name. His name is Ayush. So he's a he is a seafarer by profession, and I'm intending to apply and down to application slot. But okay, so Arun is asking, what if he's selected and he has his interviews, and he might be in mid of the ocean, would not be available for the interview. What should be done in that case? I believe he can write to us, and there can be an online interview in that case. I believe he got to choose the slot. I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
What is the name of the candidate? Whether he has posted his question on the chat box?
Yes, it's in the chat. Yeah.
Name of the candidate?
He has written as an anonymous attendee, but he wrote his name also.
Name?
Ayush, Ayush, Ayush.
Just trying to get his name. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, see, one thing is, so you don't require to attend your interviews in person. That's why we are giving options to the candidates wherein they can attend the interviews through online mode. Yeah, but at least in that case, you should make yourself available to attend the interview through online mode. If that is possible, no problem. But also ensure that the classes starts. For example, if you get selected, the classes starts in the first week of April. So ensure that you are available to take the classes in an offline mode. Yeah. So if that is going to be the case, no problem. Kindly go ahead and apply. If you are sailing in that time, definitely I would discourage you applying to this time, or else you can apply now, or if you felt that you need to defer your admissions, you can do that as well. Yeah. So I will leave it to your discretion.
Yeah, Dipankar, go ahead and ask a question. Dipankar Ghosh. Dipankar, are you there? Yeah, he's there, but no worries. Jatin, please ask a question.
Jatin, I already answered.
You already answered? Okay, no worries. Would request people to lower their hand. No worries. Now we have Ayush Gautam. Ayush.
I think this is a gentleman.
I think he was the one. Not sure.
He's a sailor, isn't it? Yeah, we just addressed.
Yeah,
Hello,
Ayush,
audible.
you can able to ask question. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote the question in the chat box. I just wanted to ask that if I apply in round 2 and I get selected for the interviews. And that time I am mid-ocean. So I will only get connection when I'm approaching port. So is there any option to reschedule my interview date?
Yeah, it's possible. But again, that is available. That is again subject to the availability of the interviewers. That is our alums. And anyway, the team will give you a couple of options. So probably, so they will understand whether you're convenient through the online mode or offline mode, and they will give you a couple of dates, or else they will give a prior intimation so that you can make yourself available. But yeah, if nothing is going in your favor, but you can request for a rescheduling. If nothing goes in your favor, if you are absent on that day, you can request for rescheduling. That is also available.
Okay, just because the concern was because the ship that I'm on right now, that is having particular dates when I'll be near land or I'll be having signal where I can appear for an interview. So that is why I was asking that if possible to reschedule, that would be the best thing for me.
Definitely, see, I think it seems to be a genuine case. The team will definitely consider this. So when they reach out to you, please put forth this request, and all the best.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot for answering.
Dheeraj, please ask a question. Can you hear?
Hi, Kaushik. Hi, Arun. I'm really sorry. I actually joined a bit late in the meeting, and so the question I wanted to ask was that the thing is, I already have a PGP degree, and I have not applied for ISB yet. But I would like to apply. I was waiting for the round 3 because I'm not confident about my application right now. I have not applied. I have not appeared for my GMATs, for which I'm preparing, and I recently quit my job to prepare at the last moment. So I just wanted to know that if I don't apply for the for ISB right now and wait out, since I'm not confident, and wait out for next year, will that be considered as a red flag while applying?
See, normally people do this. Okay, so normally people do this. Not the majority of the people. At least I would say less than 5% of the people will take a break and they will prepare for GMAT or GRE, right? So definitely it will not be an impact. But however, if this is the genuine case, no problem. So probably if there is some other reason, feel free to share it with the team. So always this is what we share it with the aspirants. Please present your case genuinely. So probably if something else bothered you and because of that you have taken that break, so probably feel free to express that. But just for this preparation, you're taking a break, definitely the team won't give you a red flag.
There's a follow-up question after this. So if I don't apply for round 3 of this subject to round 3, right?
Exactly.
So apply for round 3 and I wait out for the next year, would that be a problem? That continue, or like I can have a part-time, or say
okay, see, in a given year, there are 3 rounds. So if you have applied to round 3 with whatever the score that you have, either with GMAT or GRE, you can't apply to the next year. You can't, so maybe for R3, right? So probably, I'm sorry, so you can apply to the next year, but again, so you can apply in R1, you can apply in round 1. So that might happen in the mid of September. Yeah.
Got it. Another thing that I have already changed my industry. I have a 6 years of work experience, and I have changed my industry after working in the first industry for 1.5 years. So can that be a problem, or can I justify it on my essay as well? Or have you seen cohort?
You can justify that.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Few things I would like to mention. There are again, I'm not sure how many times I've told this before I take few more questions. Guys, there is absolutely nothing called perfect profile or a perfect GMAT or a GRE score. Okay, every profile is good, every profile is genuine. You be honest with your essay, write your story. Why do you want to get into ISB? What are your failures? What are your achievements? Talk about it. Do not shy away. That makes
Sure.
your profile special. There's no preferential treatment to either GMAT or GRE. It's just, you know, GMAT is something, ISB started taking admission with GMAT scores. Okay. We introduced GRE like 6 to 7 years back. If less number of people are applying to GRE, through GRE, that is not ISB's problem. It's just that lot many people are preferring to write a GMAT and then apply to ISB. So there is no preferential treatment to one of the exams. There's only one school which is called ISB. Okay, there's absolutely no difference in Hyderabad or Mohali. There was this lady, her name is Simran. She asked, "What is the difference between ISB, Hyderabad, and Mohali campus?" I was like, "Yes, there's one difference. Hyderabad falls in southern part of India, and Mohali falls in north part of India. That's the only difference. Faculty, they travel from Mohali to Hyderabad and Hyderabad to Mohali. Okay, there are students who travel from Hyderabad to Mohali for one term and vice versa from Mohali to Hyderabad, Hyderabad to Mohali. It happens. It's just that we cannot accommodate all 800, 900 people in one campus. That is why this is the thing. There's absolutely no difference. Even placements. I think somebody called Vamshi he asked me. I'm not sure. Is there? Vamshi is there? Yeah. So Vamshi asked me a question about placements. So 1 year placement and entire placement drive happens on Hyderabad campus. 1 year happens on Mohali campus. Your degree does not states that you're from the Hyderabad campus or the Mohali campus. Okay. Your recruiters don't know. They know that you're from ISP. That's it. There's no preferential treatment either to Hyderabad or to Mohali. It's just that everybody cannot be accommodated in one campus. This is a logistics issue. That is why something happening. I read it on GMAT Club or eGMAT or forums, Quora and all, that all R3 people go to Mohali. All the people in Mohali, they do not get scholarship. There's absolutely nothing like that. You will find a lot of people in Mohali campus as well as in Hyderabad campus. They are from R1, R2, and R3. There's one school, like I told you, there's only one school, which is ISP, and there are two campuses. That's it. Yes, scholarship, maximum number of scholarship goes from R1 and R2 because up to 100% people can get it in R1, up to 75 in R2, and up to 50% in R3.
So,
Okay.
see, there are a lot of questions being asked on round 2 and round 3. So, around two things. So, when they should write their GMAT or GRE exam. So, if you're planning to write your GMAT or GRE after December 4, because December 4 is the deadline for the early entry and PGP folks, if you're planning to give your GMAT even just on the day of the deadline, you are eligible to apply to round 2. Yeah. So even the morning you can give you a GMAT score, and with the unofficial score in the evening you can apply, right? So there is no harm in applying just on the day of the deadline, but just ensure that you have the essays and other things ready with you so that you will not get pressured to focus on those things in the last minute. So please keep those things handy, and once you get the GMAT score, you can do that. But however, if you are applying after December 4, even the next day, even December 5th or the December 7th, you can apply to round 3. So far we haven't officially revealed the round 3 deadline. Tentatively, it will be in the first week of Jan, right? So the next year, 2023, you can apply to round 3 if you are giving your GMAT or GRE scores after December 4th. So this is again applicable to both PGP and early entry option.
Yeah. Thank you, Arun. Thank you so much. Also,
and
to add to this,
yeah, there is again one more question. I think the follow-up question from Anuradha. So will that impact the chances? See, I won't say, because ISB gives the same preference, whatever the selection criteria that ISB sets, that's applicable to all the 3 rounds. So doesn't mean that individual who applied in round 1 has been given or given some privilege, or the cutoff has been slightly relaxed. Well, no, the cutoff, ISB does not actually fix any cutoff, even if it is GMAT or GRE, it's just a range. It's a range of the current cohort, right? So yeah, so coming to your point, so the selection criteria is going to remain same for all the 3 rounds. Only thing is the scholarship wise, maybe if you are applying to the last round, you're eligible to get scholarship up to 50%, 50. But if it is round 2, you're eligible to get scholarship up to 75%. Yeah, that is one added advantage when it comes to your financial things. Yeah, in terms of offer acceptance, for example, the deadline is Jan first week, and you have to, the process team will process the applications, and you have to take a call, and you have to arrange for financials and other things. So you will not get much time to think about your classes. So probably the time that you get to prepare yourself to take up the cohort in terms of financially, in terms of mentally, so that is very less. Even the offer acceptance time is also very less because you are applying to the last cycle. Yeah, so these are all the few differences that is going to impact the round 3 applicants. But however, if you are due to some situations you don't have time to prepare for your GMAT or GRE, you have time only after the December 5th, no problem. So yeah.
Thank you, Arun. Thank you so much.
Hope we have answered, I think, yeah.
Guys, just do not take essays very lightly. You know, they can, these essays can make or break your application. A lot of people, they tend to apply last minute. They just think that essay is okay, maybe just an exercise to write something. No, it is not. People read those essays. If you happen to reach to interview stage, the alums sometimes they read those essays. Do not take these essays lightly. If you're planning for R2, you still have more than 2 weeks of time. Yeah, do not put your application for last minute that okay fine, December 4th is the deadline. I'll start maybe on 2nd or 3rd, I'll buy finish. No, do not do that. Maybe half an hour, 20 minutes a day, max 20 minutes a day for application. That's it. For essay, a lot of things are available online. You can take help of, maybe somebody in your organization, one of our alums, maybe current course students, anybody. Be true to your story. Do not take essays lightly, and do not time your application for last minute. Trust me, at last minute, a lot of people tend to apply. That's when the traffic becomes very heavy on the website. Your transaction might get failed. Your application might not get submitted. You don't want those things to happen if you are a serious candidate. Do not type it for last minute. If you're serious about your application, start working on it. Every day, 20 minutes, just go and write your name, maybe your phone number, email address. Yeah, and essays are something will make or break. Do not take them lightly. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, now I'll take Revati. Revati, please ask a question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the session. Can you please tell me when the results for round 2 will be out?
The round 2 is still underway, so even the deadline is not yet closed. So yeah, so the December 4th is the deadline, application deadline for round 2 aspirants. So approximately after that, it will take a month's time. Yeah, it will approximately take a month's time to process the applicants, again shortlisting them and call for an interview. Approximately a month to 40 days time to reveal the results.
Okay, so like by the beginning of February, maybe.
Yeah, mostly by Jan mid.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to know this because so that I can plan for my
sure. Mostly by Jan.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And do you consider the IR and AWA scores of the GMAT, or is it just the
overall score, not the specific scores of those topics?
So it's just the score out of 800. You don't see the IR and AWA.
No.
Okay. Okay. And regarding scholarships, how do you like if a person is eligible for like two scholarships. How do you finalize on what to give it? Is it based on the value, the better the value, or?
See, for example, it's a good question actually. So any individual can apply to need-based scholarship because by default you are applying to merit-based scholarships, right? You don't need to give a separate application or probably an essay for merit-based scholarship. So the application process itself, it's holistic, and so the team will evaluate your GMAT, GRE scores, academic performance, your experience, and so on. So that is enough to understand whether you are eligible to get merit-based scholarship or not. The first, this is the checklist. If you are eligible to get the merit-based scholarship, you might be getting it because you might get a max of 100% scholarship under merit-based category, right? So if you're not getting a merit-based scholarship, then the team will see your need-based scholarship. Then they will see whether you have written any essay. There are 6 topics. Even if you're not meeting that, they will also understand whether can consider your profile for diversity-based scholarship or probably the other scholarship which are instituted by donors. These are all the third level of checking. So they will understand whether your profile fits into their requirements. So that's why you will have 3 opportunities, I would say.
Okay, so what is the highest amount that
100% scholarship on the tuition fee?
No, on need-based scholarship.
So need-based, it differs. It's ranging from 25% to, in some cases, it's 50%.
Okay, all right, got it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Revati. Thank you for the answers. Dipankar Ghosh. Yeah, please ask a question. Dipankar, please go ahead and ask the question. I think he has left the meeting, is it? No.
All right, then, Kaushik. So I think we have answered the majority of the questions posted on the chat box. And yeah, there is one question from Sangu. I think, Sangu, if you're still online, I'm answering your question.
I have unmuted him.
Yeah. So, yeah, Sangu, you are online? Okay, fine. So he would like to understand whether the entire fee is covered in the financial aid, that is the loan that he is going to avail from the bankers. See, it depends, right? There are bankers who will give 90% fee. There are bankers who will give 95%. Depends. But I don't think because they will be paying your accommodation, they will be paying your food. So there are some exceptions. But on the tuition fee, there are bankers even offer up to 100% on your tuition fee. Because if you see the fee particulars, so there are some components pertaining to your tuition fee, your accommodation, your food, your living expenses, and so on, right? So maybe for other things, so they will be giving a personal loan or something, because mostly the tuition fee they will be covering within the education loan itself. For other components, I think they would like to get a separate application for that, or else so probably that will be completely left to the candidate's discretion. Yeah. Hope it answers. Yeah, Kaushik, I think you unmuted one.
Yes, so I have unmuted. Somebody was asking, Dipankar has asked. So I actually unmuted him, but he was not. Let me just. Okay. Yes, I think some technical issue. He's not okay. Somebody has asked that is there a difference between regular MBA? So guys, YLP or EEO are the entry routes to the flagship PG program. There's absolutely no difference. So I'll give you a simple example. You want to go to Mumbai, you can go via road, you can fly down, you can take a train, or you can drive. So YLP and early entry option are not different programs. They are a different entry route to the flagship PG program. Okay, this is one. Also, okay, Sangu want to get unmuted. Okay, Sangu, go ahead and ask.
So we just answered Sangu, no problem.
Other questions. Is it audible, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, but only tuition fee they cover, but international immersion fee and GST and other things and mess fee will come. So that they're not cover.
No, see, GST will be covered. So GST will be covered. In some cases, some banks may not cover your food expenses. So that's why.
No,
so
I am talking specifically SBI, Bank of Baroda. Okay, they will cover.
We are not sure. We are not sure. So we have shared the contact details of the respective person. So which bank may have their own policies.
No,
so
this program bank they follow this specific to this program 35 or 36 maximum.
No, see, bank will offer the exact fee, right? So they will try to match it. So again, that depends based on your CIBIL score and various parameters.
That is fine. CIBIL score are very excellent. 53 out of 900.
See, we can't take a call on this. See, so we can't say whether it's a good score or average score or a
no. For past student, maximum how much they offered for past students.
We don't have that information because it depends. It depends from bank to bank. Okay, so I think
specific to Baroda Bank and SBI.
We don't have that information.
We are not from bank, but if you want to
no, because see, our duty is to facilitate your loan process. Because but there are two things that we can provide. So one is after striking an MOU with the bank. So one is they will ensure that they will give first preference to your case over the others, and they will process your loan in no time. That's first thing. And second is the interest rate is comparatively lower than the market rate. Even the interest rate, the market rate, I'm referring to the interest rate which you're offering to the other institutions. So we are acting as a facilitator and we'll do these two things. But in terms of your loan and so probably whether you wanted to avail all the 40 lakhs or the 30 lakhs or 35 lakhs, that is again, it's a deal between you and the banker.
Yes, yeah, that's right. And the international immersion is there for this.
So international immersion program is not that. There is a student exchange program, but international immersion program is available for the YLP candidates. But here there is no international immersion program. But however, there is a student exchange program where you can go abroad, and so where you can complete
1 week.
See, it depends. Because there are institutions, because here you get to complete the entire course. The course period, if it is for a week, you will be staying there for a week. In some cases, the course period may prolong for 3 weeks also. Yeah, it depends on the course, the credit weightage, if it is a 2 credit or a 3 credit. So based on the credit weightage, the course duration gets extended. Yeah.
It could be around 1 to 7 week, 1 to 8 week.
Not on a 1 to 3 week max.
If I want to avail 4 or 6 weeks, then not feasible.
Depends. See, again, that's what I said, because if you have a collaboration with 50 plus universities, right? Say, for example, if you want to do a finance course at Kellogg, right? So the Kellogg say it might be the course duration will be around 16 to 17 days. So obviously it's a 3 week course. Yeah.
3 weeks. So Kellogg is one, and then hardware are like the 2-3.
There are 50 plus universities. So kindly visit our website.
These details are there on the website.
No, we can share the link. No problem. So we can share the link.
A single student can opt for the 2-3 institute.
Maximum. See, that again depends. So based on the bidding system, so you'll be given some X credits, right? So with that credit, you wanted to use that credit for your entrepreneurship course, or you wanted to do some foreign exchange program, it's up to you. So the students will take a call, but normally students will prefer one foreign exchange program, and they will use the rest of the credit for other purposes, for acquiring some knowledge through entrepreneurship, or maybe for other things they will be using it.
If I apply R3, R2 or R3, maximum 50 only, 50 or 75 only.
50, 70, I didn't get you that.
50 or 75?
Scholarship, yeah. So round 2 scholarship, yeah, maximum 75% scholarship. And if it is R3, max you will get 50% scholarship.
Need-based people will consider, or the bidding-based they will consider?
You're eligible for both merit and need-based.
No, the bidding, not bidding based, merit and need based.
See, the bidding is a different thing, so don't confuse that now, because once you become
bidding is applicable for not for this. Actually, my question is, suppose I am applying, other student also looking, all the student whoever is willing.
That's why it's a bidding system. That's why it's a bidding system. whoever bids the higher amount, whoever bids the higher value, they will get their required thing done.
No,
Sangu,
whoever the
you want
student.
no, wait. I think you have mixed three things. The student exchange, the scholarship part, the fees part, and all. So in R2, you can get a maximum of 75% of scholarship. In R3,
That is
maximum.
confirmed. That you will be confirming or subject to.
Can I speak if you don't mind, Sangu?
Yeah, yes, please.
Let me complete. I might answer your question which you are about to ask. Yeah. Please allow me to speak. Please allow me to speak. Please allow me to speak. Yeah. I might answer the question which you might have. So for student exchange, you got to bid. That's a separate process once you are in the class. Let's not go there, right? Let's just stick to the scholarship and the finances part. In R2, maximum 75%, up to 75% you can get it. In R3, it is 50%. Yeah.
That is 100%.
By default.
That is subject to evaluation criteria, or
yes. There is an evaluation criteria in place. So it's a eligibility. You are eligible to get the mentioned scholarship, but there is quite a large pool who is competing for that 75% scholarship. And round one, and of course in R2, you will be having the same pool of people who is competing for 50% scholarship. Yeah.
Okay, so if I apply for round 3, 50%, so surely will be considered, or what?
As I said, there will be an evaluation process.
Evaluation. If I meet evaluation, surely will be considered.
Yes.
And 18 lakh per annum and other criteria is there, then it's okay, no?
What do you do, Sangu? What are you doing? What do you do currently? May I know what you do?
Yeah, I given interview for Kuwait and Saudi. I was planning to mobilize after a few weeks. I have 19 plus years of domestic and international experience in finance, trade, economic technology, EPC project management, and contract administration.
Great.
So after completing the course, I want to do some consulting experience 1 year under defense and aerospace 1 year. After that, I want to have my own enterprise.
Great. Good.
So,
for anything, Arun has.
Have you given your GMAT or GRE?
No, I am planning to apply for that. $275 I have to pay. I have to appear for that. I can schedule it within a week or 7 weeks like that. So I am preparing for that after 2 weeks, not now.
Got it. So we'll take one last question, Kaushik, and we'll wind up for the day. Yeah.
And you can share your number. I can contact later.
No, definitely we can. So we have already shared our LinkedIn profiles. So
LinkedIn,
just to,
I am not using it.
No problem.
You can
Kaushik. Would you share your number?
What, sir? Yeah, my number.
Yeah, Kaushik will share his number. So definitely, you can touch with us. You can connect with us.
I have his number in the registration. I'll connect with him. No worries. That's
Great.
Thank you so much.
So one last question for the day, and we'll
also of course, this is the last question, but there are a few things I want to mention before we wind up. So last question of Dipankar was that I would like to speak something about the application process, everything, and then we can wind up. And Dipankar, please go ahead and ask a question. I can see you raised your hand for quite some time now.
Yeah, Kaushik and Arun, very good evening, actually. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Yeah. My son has appeared for the interview on 6th at Calcutta, actually. Now he's preparing for. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
For the EO application, so for the merit scholarship, when round 1 scholarship for EO will be declared, actually in the 2024 or now itself, with the if he gets the admission. Hello.
Yeah. So your whether he has given his interviews, isn't it?
Yeah, he has given already.
Okay. So please bear with us.
Now he's preparing for other exams, actually, so he could not join this, actually.
Okay, when he has given his interview, last November or recently? This
6th November.
Okay. Yeah. So I think
applied
the scholarship.
for EO.
We got your point. And so while he receives the offer letter, okay, so that time he will get to know about the scholarship. So in upfront manner. So please bear with us for some more time. You'll be shortly informed.
The results are supposed to declare on 18th actually.
Yes. That's right.
And the offer letter will come after that with the scholarship confirmation.
Along with the offer letter.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ghosh. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, last few words I would like to add to everybody who are planning to apply. Please do not tank your application for the last minute. It doesn't help, trust me. And do not reject yourself. Do not self-reject before ISB does that, because and also do not rely on all these forums of people are talking what not. Do not. So there is nothing when it comes to a tier 1, tier 2 college. We don't differentiate. There's no perfect GMAT or a GRE score for us. Okay. If it would have been, maybe we would have been just one GMAT. Just a minute. Yeah, we would have been with just one test. We have GRE, we have GMAT. There is absolutely no difference between two of them. No perfect score. There's nothing called an ideal profile. Be honest, be truthful, and reach out to us. Reach out to me, Arun, or the other AdCom members. We have mentioned our email IDs, our LinkedIn profiles. You can write it to us on pgp@isb.edu. Rather than relying on all these forums and self-rejecting yourself, don't at least reach out to us. We'll be able to help you out with all your questions, doubts, whatever you have. Okay, and yeah, focus on your essay. All the very best. Thank you so much, Arun, for doing this. We have answered almost all the questions. I do not see any hand or something. Thank you so much, guys. Recording will be available in a couple of days. Anybody who wants it, please, you have my email address, you have my coordinates. I'm a reminder email which I sent to all of you to join. You can write back to me that I want a recording in a couple of days. I'll be able to reply. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. All the very best. Thank you. Bye-bye.